Hello everyone, welcome back to Encore on Demand. My name is Mr. Luke and I'm so happy that you're joining me today. I hope that you're doing well. In today's class, we are going to be listening to the story of the King's Magic Drum, which is a fairy tale from the country of Nigeria in Africa. I think that's a super fun story with a super interesting drum. I hope that you like it as well. At the end of this video, we're going to be learning a super fun song related to the story about the magic drum. So stick around until the end. But until that point, I hope that you enjoy the story of the King's Magic Drum. Once upon a time, there was a king in Nigeria, and he had a very special drum. Whenever any of the countries near him wanted to declare war, the king would resolve this easily by giving his drum a quick bang bang, and suddenly food would appear. So instead of fighting a war against these countries, he would just create food and say, "Hey everyone, come here and eat this delicious food," because really, who could ever want to fight people who's giving you their favorite food? Like, oh, here's a piece of pizza. Oh my gosh, I love pizza. Oh, here's ice cream. Oh my gosh, I love that. Just any food under the sun, this drum could make. So everyone didn't want to fight this king because he was so nice and gave them free food. But they were all a little bit jealous of the King's Magic Drum because, come on, it made your favorite food without you having to cook it or buy it or anything like that. So everyone kept begging the king, "Please, please, can we have your magic drum?" But the king every single time said, "No, I can't. I can't part with my precious drum." So everyone said, "Okay, king, you keep your magic drum." That is until one day, when the king's wife and daughter were playing out underneath a tree. And up in that tree was a mischievous tortoise. Now the tortoise was eating some nuts up in this tree and just enjoying himself. And down below he heard the king's daughter crying. And he went, "Oh, that king's daughter's crying again." And accidentally, he dropped his nut that he was eating right to where the king's daughter was. Now the king's daughter stopped crying for a second and saw the nut and asked her mom, "Hey mom, can I eat that nut?" And the mom said, "Oh, sure, you go ahead. I mean, it only just fell out of that tree." And so the king's daughter just ate the nut right up. And the tortoise didn't really care that the king's daughter ate this nut. But he knew that if he could complain to the king's daughter and the king's wife, that maybe he could talk to the king. So he decided to throw a huge fit. He stormed down out of the tree and said to the king's wife, "Hey, that was the nut that I was going to save for later. What am I supposed to eat now? Oh, I am so sad." Oh. And so the king's wife said, "Oh my gosh, my husband, he's very rich. I'm sure that he can buy you some nuts. Come with me. We can go talk to the king." So the three of them went back to the king. Now in front of the king, the tortoise said, "Your daughter ate my precious nut that I was saving for later. What are you going to do to make it up to me, king?" And the king said, "Oh, well, I can give you money. Well, money to buy some more nuts." And the tortoise said, "Oh, no, no, no. Money cannot replace the feelings I had for that nut." And the king said, "Oh, well, I can get you more nuts. Is that the problem?" And the tortoise said, "Oh, another nut. No, 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 I couldn't. And the king said, "Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what what to give you to make this better. I don't like owing people. I don't like that. And the tortoise said, well, there could be one thing. And the king said, oh, well, anything. I don't want to have any debt for you. And the tortoise said, I want your drum. And the king sat there and thought for a second. And he said, sure, take my drum. Take my magic drum that makes all the yummy food in the world. So the tortoise was so happy that he ran out of the king's presence without hearing the most important warning. If the tortoise ever stepped over a tree branch with the magic drum, the drum would lose all of its magic, and instead of producing magic food when you banged the drum, 100 angry farmers would appear and force you to work all day in their field. But the tortoise didn't hear this warning, so when he came rushing home to his wife, he said, wife, look, look. And so he banged the drum twice, and suddenly magic food appeared, all of their favorites, and he and his wife and his whole family ate their fill that day. And his wife turned to him and said, oh my gosh, now that we have this magic drum, do you know what we should do? And the tortoise said, what? And the wife said, we should throw a huge banquet for all of the animals and people in the area. And the tortoise said, oh, what a wonderful idea. So they sent out invitations to everyone in the land, but not that many people came. So for their small audience of people, the tortoise banged the drum twice, bang, bang, and suddenly food galore. Everyone's favorite food appeared, and everyone was munching on all this yummy food. And there was tons of food, so much so that every single person left with leftovers. You know, oh, just taking an extra pizza here, some more pasta there. Everyone could take home extra food for later. All the animals who were there said, oh my gosh, you missed out on the most amazing party. You have to come next time. So every animal in the area knew that these parties that the tortoise was throwing had some really tasty food. Then, one day, after one of this wonderful banquets that the tortoise was throwing, he walked over a stick with the drum. And without the tortoise knowing it, because he didn't hear the king's warning, the magic was broken on the drum. So, that night, when he and his family were sitting down to eat dinner, when the tortoise banged on the drum, instead of food, 100 angry farmers appeared, and they whisked the tortoise and his whole family off to work all day in the farm. And they were all so sore, oh, their bodies aching. And the tortoise was not happy. He was expecting yummy food, and instead, 100 angry farmers made him work all day. Oh no. So he wanted to play a little trick on his next banquet guest, because he was angry that he and his family had not gotten food. So, at the next banquet, everyone was gathered, and it was all the animals from the whole land. And so, the tortoise decided to play his little trick. He banged the drum and went and hid. And when he hid, all 100 farmers whisked away all the guests from the party to work in the field. And the tortoise managed to get away from all this. Now, the tortoise had had his fun, and he had played this prank on everyone, so he decided that he was going to just give the drum back to the king. And so the tortoise said, "Hi, king, the drum doesn't seem to be working anymore. I don't understand what that's about. Can I have some nuts instead?" And that is the story of the king's drum that made super yummy food. I hope that you enjoyed that story. I know that's one of my favorite stories because I always think to myself, what kind of food would I want to appear if I banged the magic drum? Think to yourself, what kind of food you would want to appear if you banged on that drum. Use your imagination. I think I would want a big bowl of ice cream to appear. Oh my gosh, this sounds delicious. Personally, chocolate ice cream for me. I hope that you thought of whatever food you would want to appear because we are going to have our own magic drum party. We are going to be learning and singing a song about a magic drum. So I think that is pretty nice if we could have our own drums. Now, if you don't have anything that you can bang nearby, that is totally fine. You don't need any sort of fancy drum. You can just pat your chest. This can be your drum. Or you can use something else to use as a drum. Here are some examples that you can use. A glass and a pencil or a pen. A book and your hand. Your hands. Or I'm gonna be using a box. If you have a cardboard box near you, that would be a great idea for a drum. Now again, you don't need to use the drum, but please feel free to sing along with this song. Now I'm going to demonstrate for you what the song sounds like. I have a magic drum. I have a magic drum. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I have a magic drum. I have a magic drum. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun when I bang my drum like this. When I bang my drum like this, it makes me yummy fish. It makes me yummy fish. When I bang my drum like this, when I bang my drum like this, it makes me yummy fish. It makes me yummy fish. It makes me all my favorite food. It makes me all my favorite food. And you can bet on it, dude. And you can bet on it, dude. That when I bang my magic drum, when I bang my magic drum, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Now, I don't know if you could tell, but this is a little bit of a repeat after me song. So I'm going to be singing loud when it's just me, and then you come in for the parts where I'm softer. So the song goes like this. I have a magic drum. I have a magic drum. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I have a magic drum. I have a magic drum. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. When I bang my drum like this, when I bang my drum like this, it makes me yummy fish. It makes me yummy fish. When I bang my drum like this, when I bang my drum like this, it makes me yummy fish. It makes me yummy fish. It makes me all my favorite food. It makes me all my favorite food. And you can bet on it, dude. And you can bet on it, dude. When I bang my magic drum, when I bang my magic drum, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Great job, yeah. Let's do it one more time. I have a magic drum. I have a magic drum. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I have a magic drum. I have a magic drum. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. When I bang my drum like this, when I bang my drum like this, it makes me yummy fish. It makes me yummy fish. When I bang my drum like this, when I bang my drum like this, it makes me yummy fish. It makes me yummy fish. It gives me all my favorite food. It makes me all my favorite food. And you can bet on it, dude. And you can bet on it, dude. That when I bang my magic drum, when I bang my magic drum, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Yay! Awesome! Thank you so much for joining me today for this fun story time and song. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!